Hey everyone, it's Chris and welcome back to the Ridge. Today we're going to use our Smoky Lake filter press to filter our second batch of syrup that we made here on Sweet Maple Ridge. Stick around and we'll show you how we do it. Join us.
Sweet Maple Ridge Farms. Come on down, everybody. Woo!
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. So we'll just go over this unit really fast. This is the 3-window model. They also make a 6-window model, and this one will handle something like 15 gallons of syrup before the DE needs to be replaced in here. So let me go over this really fast, and this is the model that hooks up to an air compressor. So the way that this works is you have your bookend, and then you have a window, screen, window, screen, window, and then bookend. So each window gets a piece of filter paper on each side. And you know that you're putting it in the right way because the holes go down. Holes always go downward. So we're gonna do this really fast, and they just pop right in there. They sit right down there. Now this Smoky Lake filter press has been great to do all the filtering that we need. Okay, we have our filter paper in here, so we're just going to take our wrench and we're just going to tighten these down just a little bit. Quarter turn, quarter turn, quarter turn, quarter turn. All right, that should do it. Essentially, this thing is ready to go now. Make sure that the valve is in the closed position. We're going to hook up our air compressor. And this has a little valve that, if you zoom in here, has a little valve here where you can turn the air on or off. And we're just going to keep that off. All right, guys, so we have our filter press all set up here. Now, you can see we have it set up over to the sink because it does kind of make a mess. You're going to get syrup kind of everywhere, so you're going to want to put it in a place that you can easily wash it. And also, things can get a little bit hectic when you're doing this, so you can see I kind of fed this down around the back, so it's not something that we're going to trip over. Also, I want to point out that we have our syrup right now. It's right around 3 or 4 gallons of syrup. We have it heating up on the stove right now because you can't put cold syrup through your filter press. It has to be hot. I can't give you a specific temperature, but it just needs to be hot enough to be thin. So this is what we're doing right now, and we're getting it nice and warmed up. While that's warming up, I want to come back over here and talk about the window plates and the filter aid that you're going to use. A lot of people don't want to use filter aid because they think it's dirty or you're adulterating the syrup or something like that, but that's not true at all. In fact, this filter press absolutely needs DE in order to work properly. So, how much filter aid or diatomaceous earth do you use? That is the big question. And the amount of filter aid or DE that you use is not based upon the amount of syrup that you plan on putting through it, but it's the number of window plates that you have. And Smoky Lake has this nice spiral-bound book that comes with each filter press, so it kind of takes the guesswork out of it a little bit. So we have 3 window plates, and again, the window plates are the ones that the filter paper goes on either side of. So we have 1, 2, 3 window plates. So the max amount of DE that you can put in, that we could put in our syrup right now, is 9 3/4 cups. But remember, if you max it out and put that 9 3/4 cups, you're not going to have any room for the niter and the funk that's currently in your syrup. The window plates are going to fill up with DE, and you're going to have no place for your niter and all the funk to go. So we're going to use 8 cups. That's going to leave 1 3/4 cups area in those window plates for our niter and our sugar sands to accumulate. So we're going to have the clearest, nicest syrup possible. Okay, and we're also going to put on our hoses here and get everything ready. So this is going to be the output here. And this is going to be this is going to be the input. Okay, so this is going to go into our syrup, and this is going to go into the vessel that our clean maple syrup is going to go into. This is our digiboil. So let's just talk about the order of operations here really fast. And I didn't mention, but I want to point out that we have hot water here ready to go, okay? And so it's not required probably, but it's really nice to just have a lot of water on hand because, again, there's going to be syrup, and it's completely normal, that's going to seep out around this. Because remember, these are still cracks, and you know, there's paper in here. So there's going to be syrup kind of getting everywhere. So when you go to wash this thing, you are definitely going to want to have some hot water on hand. So what we're going to do is we're going to heat the syrup up, which it currently is doing. Once it gets to a point where it's nice and thin, we're going to take the 8 cups of diatomaceous earth and we're going to put that in our syrup. And we're going to use a nice big whisk that we got at Costco Business Center to whisk it up and get that diatomaceous earth nice and incorporated into that syrup. And then what we're going to do is turn on our filter press and we're going to run it in a loop. So the input is going to be sucking the maple syrup into the machine, and then the output is going to be going right in there. And what that's going to do is fill up your window plates with diatomaceous earth so that that diatomaceous earth is in place for when you go to filter the syrup. And it also serves a secondary purpose, and that is to warm up the metal, because right now this metal is really cold and it's going to suck that heat out of that maple syrup. And that maple syrup, when it comes out of here, is going to be cold and kind of thick in it, and it might not filter as well. And so this thing needs to be hot. So the other goal is to warm up the filter press. Then we're going to shut it off. Then we're going to take our output and put it into our digiboil, and that is going to hold our fresh, filtered, perfect maple syrup. And then we're going to turn that thing on. We're going to put it at 187 degrees. We're going to get it up to that 187 degrees, and then we're going to use the little ball valve here to simply bottle it. And literally, that's all you got to do. All right, we also want to point out, so this is run off of an air compressor. We have all this going. They do make a hand pump model. I think in retrospect, if we had to do it all over again, we'd probably get the hand pump model. It's just a little bit simpler. A couple things. 20 PSI to start out. That's all the air you need. We have a little gauge here. It says we're good to go with that. And you don't want to run this past 90 PSI. All right, and this is the point where you're going to want to check your density just to make sure everything is completely where it needs to be. And if you need to fix it, this is the time to do it. All right, so we have our Smoky Lake filter aid here. We're going to put 8 cups into our syrup. After every cup, she's going to whisk it. Let's go. Don't inhale this. This is food grade also. One more.
And this will settle to the bottom. That's why you need to agitate it while you continue to filter.
Guys, look at this. It's nice and thin. It's filled with that DE. We're about to filter this. Woo! All right, so we're going to run this in a loop, and we are going to get our Smoky Lake filter press all nice and warmed up. And this thing can kind of start pumping pretty quickly. So you need to kind of modulate it. And I'm doing that by twisting this knob. Be careful over here because it's going to kind of splatter a little bit. And what we're going to do is just get all that get all that DE set up in here. Oh, yeah, it's definitely hot now. All right, so we're gonna turn this off. Then we're gonna take our output and put that into our digiboil. All right, guys, so we're done. We're going to unclip this and get some of this syrup out of here. Make sure that this isn't under pressure. All right, now, guys, we're going to take this apart and clean it. And you got it in the sink, so it's going to be pretty easy to do that. Take, that's all the DE and the niter. Keep what you're doing, yes, please do that. And here's kind of a closer look at the niter. That's the DE and the sugar sand. Ah, there we go. All right. We're gonna hook these back up, and then we're gonna pump some water through this. But in order to do that, we gotta turn our air compressor on. All right, guys, we're gonna pump some water through this to kind of get that syrup out of here. So we have our suction here. The syrup's actually gonna come out of this hole, so hopefully it doesn't go like shooting out everywhere. But we're just gonna put that in some hot water. We're just gonna turn it on just a little bit. Just nice and slow.
Yep.
Let it get all that out, and this water is fairly hot. Just want that water to come out clear. And then we're just gonna rinse this whole thing off one more time. All right, guys, so this is just about done. Just wanted to point out a couple things. So Smoky Lake builds these windows and these components here so they can only go on one way so that you will never, ever put them on backwards. That's number one. We're just going to let this thing, we've dried everything to the best of our ability. At least in our experience, we found it's best to do the filtering on a day that you're not actually boiling. So you can see our evaporator is not going right now because filtering and watching the evaporator to us is just a little much. All right, so we're just going to leave this open like this. We're going to put it back in its corner. And it's perfectly ready for the next time. And our DigiBoil is at almost 170 degrees, 169 degrees. Nice. So we're going to go ahead and get this syrup bottled up. But anyway, guys, that's it. That's the video. If you want to be an OG mapler like those amazing folks listed here, and you want to continue learning how to rely less and create more from high atop the Allegheny Plateau, guys, please like and subscribe. And guys, we'll see you next time out on the ridge.